Hi Nia babies, it's your girl Tania and I'm back with another video, and today it is currently March 1st and I will be doing a little like coffee talk / college Q&A. So let's get straight into it. So here's my coffee. I got the pistachio latte and it's hot and it's a small. I drank most of it but it's still here. And then if you hear any noise, I think they're working on construction in Chicago City, and also my sister is getting ready, so we're going to try to make this as quick as possible but also informative. And yeah, okay, so first question is, what's your major? So my major is business, and my classes was English and math, and then the rest were like communication and composition 1, and stuff like that, dealing with marketing. However, I do want to change my major to communication. A lot of people in like the YouTube industry, I guess I should say, that I watch have been talking about how communication is such a great major to have in college, especially when you are working in like the filming industry and, you know, trying to be a public influencer. So I think I'm gonna do that. And then plus, like, the business courses, like the math courses, were so hard. I don't know if I can do that again because I did fail my math course. So the second question is, did you use student loans to fund for your tuition? I did use student loans to fund for my tuition, and I also had a couple of scholarships due to like my good grades and the program that I actually went into. I'm not big balling over here, so I definitely had to use my student loans to live on campus and to go to Oakland University. The third question is, would you ever consider living on campus? I actually did live on campus, and I know a lot of you guys knew that, and personally from my experience, I feel like just having that experience is definitely like good, but at the same time I feel like with everything going on, such as COVID and, you know, all that extra stuff, I wouldn't consider living on campus just because I would rather be with my family for anything, and I would also just prefer to stay with family rather than a stranger because of COVID. It takes a lot to get used to living with somebody that you don't know. I don't know, I feel like me and my roommate, it took a long time for us to like get that connection, and like, I'm not gonna say I didn't have a good time living on campus, but it just wasn't the best for me, also for my mental health and just being away from family, especially when that is like the key to one of my happiness. From my perspective, I would personally say to stay at home, but I know that everybody's college experience is different. Everybody's looking for something different in college, so it's really what you're looking for and yeah, what you look forward to do in college that would kind of aspect on you staying there or not. This coffee is cold. Okay, number 4, is there a lot to do on campus? So a lot of you guys actually came from my dorm tour, and these are some questions that I get like every now and then from you guys that come from my dorm tour, and I'm so happy to help. But there was actually a lot of things to do on campus, but due to COVID, a lot of things either got canceled or moved back, and also like with your schedule with your classes, a lot of things you just couldn't attend to because they'll either have them in the evening when you have class or sometimes at night when you have class. So it's really, you have to catch it whenever you can. My university that I did go to, I'll catch that I did go to, but anyway, my university that I did go to, it was super big, it was super wide, full of fun activities. I think the one thing that I do wish that I could have done was get myself involved more. I'm so used to in high school when they're like announcing things on the announcement of this program or this club and stuff like that, but in college you literally have to search for those things. They have flyers in specific buildings for a specific group, so in order to find out like what's going on, especially if you don't like have friends, because I did not have a lot of friends, then you would have to literally look for it, like dig deep. But again, every college can be different, but for Oakland University it was a lot to do on campus. But again, times are different now due to COVID, so hopefully that changes. Number 5, how did you feel about moving on campus? I kind of like answered this and went over it, but just to give you guys another like brief summary. At first I was so sad. I did not like it at all whatsoever. I felt like it made me really distant with my roommate, and she would always try to like comfort me in a way, or like always try to hang out with me, and I would make an excuse on why I didn't want to hang out with her, because I was always so sad and I just wanted to be home. The whole time I was there, I would go home every single weekend, and I would be so sad when it was Sunday and I had to go back. I just felt lonely and out of place. I also felt like I couldn't really connect with people, and I did not have friends. I would eat by myself unless my roommate would come with me sometimes, but she also had other friends, so it's like, you know, sometimes she couldn't eat with. And although that can be really good, it can also be like, well dang, this is really sad. That's how I felt about moving on campus. I just think that if I can do it all over again, I would just be more patient with my college experience and not just jumping into college like, well, this is what people talk about, or this is what people say about college and the college experience, so why am I not getting this, and why is this not happening to me, rather than just being patient and realizing like everybody's college experience is different. I think the comparing really tore me down, and it just made the whole situation worse. Number 6, or question 6, what was your favorite part about being in college? My favorite part about being in college is the independence. I really like that I could build my own schedule. I can go to class whenever I want to. I was basically just living my life. If I wanted to wake up, go to the coffee shop, then I would go. And that's another thing in college, you get a lot of discounts. You have a meal plan when you move on campus, and I can get Starbucks 5 times a day and I wouldn't have to pay for it. Like, of course it's gonna come out my student loan, but I'm just talking about right now, baby, I'm big balling. Like, I have the ability to get any meal, any lunch, whatever the case may be, anytime that I want to. But I really like the independence. I like the ability to learn more about myself by trying new things and being around a whole bunch of different people, and I really love it. And since my school was a PWI, it was a couple of black people there, and the black people that I did meet there, like, those were the OGs. Like, I really could connect with them, they could connect with me. Like, it would be times where we didn't even say anything with each other, but we sat next to each other and we knew, like, you my sister, you my brother, something like that, you know what I'm saying? So like, I really like the connection I also had with, you know, my brothers and sisters, my people. Number 7, somebody asked, is it hard maintaining a relationship? Personally, for me and my partner, it wasn't at all. We actually went to the same school, so I don't know if that really made it easier, but it definitely helped, because we did see each other like almost every single day, and then we had different routines, so, and we also had different classes, because we were like, bro, we can't be like up under each other's skin like 25/8. We need our space. So we also made sure we had that space for each other, so when we did see each other, we would be so excited still, and we would spend quality time with each other. You know, he had his friends, I had my roommate and my other friend, so, you know, and it was actually pretty good. Like, even though Tian did not live on campus for one point, or at one point, he still would come up there, he still would see me and stuff like that. So it was an easy process, and it's always going to be easy as long as the communication and the trust is there. And on top of that, like, it hasn't been anybody that's disrespectful on campus, or like, you know, trying to be up in my face, trying to be up in his face. College is also a thing. Like, people just mind their business, they do their own thing, they're not worried about you or what you dressing and looking like, who you with and who you having sex with, unless they're weirdos. But that's kind of how my college went. Like, you could literally just be yourself, do your own thing, and nobody really cares about what's going on for it. Okay, and then number 8, on a scale of 1 through 10, how excited were you to start college? I would say excited, definitely 10, but nervous, definitely 10 as well. I was excited, anxious, nervous, just reaching that new chapter. Sometimes it can just be like a confusing type of emotion. However, I was just so excited to start my journey. I did not have a good high school experience, so So I was like, I'm gonna make this experience the best way that I could and just be so happy and, you know, live my life. And although it did not start off like that, it definitely ended like that, and it's more to continue. So yeah, I was definitely excited. Like, I was so excited, words cannot even explain. Question 9 is, which building did you stay in and could you choose your roommate? So I stayed in the Van Wagoner building. It's a building for only freshmen. It has a laundry place where you can do your laundry in the basement. Super creepy, but I mean, hey, free laundry, free dryer, you know what I'm saying. And then I believe they had 6 floors. They also had a community bathroom, and honestly the community bathroom wasn't as dirty as I was expecting it to be. Of course, people are slobs, they leave like toilet paper on the floor and stuff like that, but you're not gonna walk in there and see a pad and poop all over the seat. Nothing like high school at all. It gets clean every morning, every night. And I also used to carry these like alcohol wipes with me, and also Lysol spray everywhere I go. And you do get to choose your own roommate. Now, since I literally signed up to move onto campus, I would say like 2 days before school starts. So since I did that, they chose my roommate for me because my roommate actually did the same thing. Like, she just did it so last minute. So we got each other, and honestly it worked out great because we both like each other, we both connect with each other. So, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing wrong about that. But yes, you do get to choose your roommate. You just need to make sure that you have all the planning, have all the planning ahead of time, and of course ask that person, communicate with that person that you want to share the room with, and make sure that it's okay. So last question is making friends hard, and how are people on campus? Making friends isn't hard, honestly. I think for me it was hard because of my social anxiety, and a lot of times like I wanted to say something but I just couldn't get the words out my mouth. So I'll probably be looking stupid because I would be staring at the person wanting to say something and they're like, is she good? Like, no, I'm actually struggling with my words right now. But it wasn't hard at all making friends. Like I said, like if you join clubs and if you join like programs, or even just sitting in the library, sitting in a lunch, and you hear somebody like just talking about something that you really messing with, you could literally just join a conversation, or sometimes you can just say hi, how you doing, nice to meet you, you know what I'm saying. I remember one time, y'all, it was so embarrassing, but hey, I was just desperate for friends at one point in my life. And no, literally I was, and I asked this girl, I was like, we had the same math class, like we were in the same math group, so we would just, you know, help each other with math and stuff like that. And she was talking to me about this cafeteria, and I was telling her like, no, I'll go to this one, it's so good, yada yada. I was like, you can come with me actually. And she was like, okay, I'll meet you up there. So I went there. Sis didn't even come. Like, I was sitting there, no, seriously, she did me dirty, but she is going for that one. But at the same time, I was like, as long as I tried, like that's all that matters, you know what I'm saying. And although I was sad, I was like, dang, I tried, and that doesn't mean to give up, you know what I'm saying. But Aaliyah Simone said something in her video that I just watched recently, and she was like, the most important thing about college is not making friends. It's not like trying to make friends and trying to see who likes who and stuff like that. It's about finding that balance in your life, and finding more about yourself, and finding what you can take out of college, because that is so freaking important. I feel like although I wasn't at Oakland University as long as I was, I found a piece of myself that I now have, and I'm so happy about that. So the fact that I can find that in just, I would say, a month or two, imagine how many more months in my new college that I can find that at. You know what I'm saying? But yes, before we end out this video, I do want to talk to you guys about why I left Oakland University, and basically what happened, because I have been wanting to talk to you guys about this, but I was like, I'm not gonna bring it to their attention, because right now I am confused on my path of college, whether I want to start it in the summer, or start it in the fall, or maybe just see what YouTube has to offer me. And I think that just being vulnerable with you guys is so important, but also like not knowing what to do in life is also okay. Like, why are we as human beings so hard on ourselves for not knowing what to do in life and being confused? Because that's literally the part of growing up. I left and I moved out of Oakland University. I believe it was either sometime in December or like at the end of November, and I moved back home. And while I was at home, I loved it. My mental health got better and I was with my family, and that's literally the best thing to have around you when you're at a rough point in your life. And I was just thinking and thinking and thinking, and then boom, out of nowhere they were saying that we owed like $11,000, and they were saying that my financial aid was messed up. And this was the 5th time that the financial lady messed up my financial aid. She messed up my FAFSA. She was saying that we owed this much. She made my mom pay like extra $100. And if you on the same level as me, we don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? My mom works so hard to provide, but I just feel like I don't want her to have to scrub up a whole bunch of money just to get me into a college that will educate me when another college can do the same thing but with a lower price. So I went to Oakland Community College, and that's where I'm starting my major there. I'm actually restarting like the whole entire process due to my major change, and I'm not in school now. I have my courses already planned out. I have everything to go forward with school. However, I have been out of school since December, since last semester, and I love it. I love it. I have not been more happier, but seriously, although I miss school sometimes, I love the ability to be more active on my social media and be more active on YouTube and planning and going to work and not stressing about this assignment and that assignment. That's where the confusion is coming from, because when I was in school, I have so many videos and so many pictures of just me being stressed out about college. My mental health was so bad, and I was just like, honestly, I'm going to school for business, but it's so many business courses I can take. It's so many like communication courses that I can take. That's where the confusion is coming from. However, I did leave Oakland University. It was a tough pull. It was a tough pull to move back from, especially when, you know, all your family is so excited for you and they support you, and you know, you have some old heads in your family who's like, you gotta go to college. No, I don't, but it is always ideal. It is always a thought, but it's just like that pressure, it kind of weighs on you. And as I get older, I just learned to start doing things for me. Although I'm not in college right now, it is still a thought in the back of my head, and I'm still a little bit confused and weighing out my options. And I want you guys to know that confusion is okay. Don't sit on that confusion forever, and don't just let it rust out. Find what you are looking for, whether that's in a prayer, whether that's in journaling and talking about it in your therapy sessions, whatever the case may be. Find that. And sometimes it may take months, years, you know what I'm saying? You might age, your hair might go gray, but at the end of the day, you will find that and you will be okay. So yeah, that is up for today's video. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. She just wants my attention. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this little journey that we call life. But I love you guys so much, and stay tuned for more content. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. And bye. Bye. Bye guys, I love you.